What's up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka EP3 Jumped, and welcome to my last Loud House episode review for the last summer wave. Today, right now, I'm reviewing the highly anticipated episode, Be Stella My Heart. Now, let's get started, shall we? Now, I had a great discussion with Loud TV, Jason Brown, and Sunny Eclipse when I did that little review discussion for all these episodes that I've reviewed throughout the past day and a half. So yeah, now first off, did I like this episode? Absolutely. I thought it was pretty great. My initial thoughts were it wasn't as good as it could have been, but now I've changed my mind after watching all these episodes a second time. This one included. I have made my decision that it was as good as it could have been, and I think it did live up to its expectations. You know, I'm glad my opinion changed, and I wanted it to change because yeah, this wound up becoming this and Gown and Out were my favorite episodes in among this little summer wave, and one of my favorite episodes of season 3 and one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. And yeah, there's a lot going for it. You know, I guess I'll just reiterate what I talked about in that discussion video if you want to watch that on the Loud TV YouTube channel. It's kind of old right now, but you can still watch it if you'd like. Now, everyone thought that Stella was going to be a brand new love interest for Lincoln. And long story short, that didn't wind up happening. Actually, she didn't want a boyfriend. She just wanted to be friends with all those guys, Lincoln, Clyde, Rusty, Liam, and Zach. And yeah, so at the end of the day, she winds up becoming a part of their group, which is awesome. And throughout the episode, all of the boys trying to win Stella over. This is one of the funniest episodes in the series too, because the things they do, the facial expressions that they make, and it's literally Lincoln literally looks like he looks like that at one point, and yeah, the facial expressions are hilarious. The lengths that these guys go to try to shit on each other and try to one-up each other to try to win Stella over is awesome. And the quips that they say, they are the burniest of burns I have ever heard in this show. And yeah, it's awesome. It's hilarious. And yeah, I just could not stop smiling in this episode because of that alone. And at the end of the day, well, I did enjoy all their bantering in there. I'm glad that they made up in the end, and I'm glad that they were able to able to come to their senses and, you know, reassess the situation. And long story short, Stella became a part of their group because of that, and that is awesome. Now, I'm gonna give a really quick. I'm gonna give some final thoughts here really quick. Now, did I want Stella to be a new love interest for Lincoln? I mean, it honestly went both ways for me. I mean, it could have worked. It could have not worked. I mean, I wasn't exactly. I was like only half. I was expecting either or. And you know, people see Lincoln as this ladies' man, and yeah, that's one of the reasons people thought that was going to be the case for Stella. But no, that wasn't the case at all. And you know, I'm honestly glad, because you know, I don't think Lincoln needs yet another love interest. I mean, that's a little excessive for him. I know there's some characters in TV shows who have had multiple love interests throughout an entire series run, but those are like mostly in live action shows. This is like a PG cartoon, and yeah, I mean, I shouldn't use that as an excuse, but Lincoln having so many love interests is like it's just kind of redundant for Lincoln as a character to have. And you know, I'm glad like I said, I'm glad Stella wanted to just be just friends, and Stella's my new favorite character in the series now, by the way. And I love her character design. She is a lot taller than I thought she'd be, and that was actually a surprise. They didn't really show that in the episode trailers that I saw. We didn't we didn't that wasn't really necessarily revealed until the actual episode itself, and that was an awesome little surprise in of itself. And yeah, this is actually her second episode. She first appeared in white hair, and then got a major redesign for the production of this episode. So yeah, all in all, I think this episode was pretty darn great. I give this a 10 out of 10 as well. There are a few references in here too. I don't know how any of us forgot to bring this up in the Loud TV discussion video when talking about references. But none of us, out of the four of us who did that video, even brought up the Stella name reference from, I forget what movie it even is, from A Streetcar Named Desire. You know, there's a direct reference to the line when Stanley in the movie shouts, "Stella!" And Clyde says that in this episode. That was fucking awesome. I should have expected that going in the first time, but once I actually heard it, it was just pretty darn awesome. I loved it. I should have expected a reference like that. I don't know how I don't know how any of us didn't think. I don't know how any of us in that video didn't think to bring that up. I guess all of us just forgot. I don't know how we forgot such a noteworthy reference, but I'm mentioning it here now on my channel. So better late than never. That's just these videos in general. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see more of Stella in the series, and absolutely cannot wait. So yeah, that is it for all of these episodes that I've reviewed. This was one of the best Loud House bombs in a while. It definitely got the best ratings the series had in a long time, and on a side note, it had some of the best title cards as well. So yeah, it was definitely my favorite wave of episodes so far, and this upcoming one for this week, September 17th through September 20th. So yeah, these episodes are looking even better. The title cards are even better, and the premises are even more interesting. And so yeah, I can't wait. Let me know what you thought of. Let me know what episodes you're looking forward to this week in the comment section below. And I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I think the one I'm looking forward to the most is Ronnie Ann's episode, The Spies Who Loved Me. And if you liked this video, then don't forget to subscribe. If you liked this episode, then let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section below. Alright, that is it for me. Actually, it's not it. A brand new episode of the Loud House Listen Out Loud podcast came out today. I haven't watched it just yet, but I'm going to as soon as I'm done recording this. And also check me out on the Loud Crowd podcast on Loud TV. Damn my throat. I was in the very first episode. It aired this past weekend. So be sure to check me out on the very first episode of the Loud Crowd podcast. We'll be doing those weekly. We'll be doing different rotations of people every single week. So that's the next project we're doing. That's the next collaborative project we're doing on the Loud TV YouTube channel. So yeah, be looking forward to that. And I'm going to put a link to that video either in a card or in the description down below. But anyways, I'm Alex Swimmer, aka AB3 Jumped. Thank you so much for watching. Until the end, that's it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. So sorry these reviews took so long to upload, but hey, better late than never, like I said.